So he actually just picked up this 3-unit property, and it's not his first property. And how much did he end up putting down on this?
So I ended up putting 5% down, which I didn't know was possible until you told me something that was actually important. So about like 50 grand on the property.
And the biggest reason behind it is because it made sense, right? A lot of the times something like this wouldn't be possible if the story isn't right and if it's not making sense in the eyes of the bank. So that's why we work together with investors, people who own businesses, people who own properties, to make sure that we're putting the proper things in place to execute on something like this.
Especially as a client of Armando's, not only was it key and important to have someone like you in the corner, because you helped me walk me through the process of the importance of having your rental income match how much you qualify for, and then also reflecting it on my taxes. Not only was it just essential in buying a multifamily to have a good lender, it gave me that peace of mind knowing that my mortgage is going to be completely covered as soon as I get all the units rented, and I'm still be able to live there as a primary owner.
And that's how you avoid being house poor as an investor, right? Making sure you run the numbers, making sure we're at to par as to what cash flow is looking like, and not just putting the trigger on any property because it might look good off the bat. Like doing your research this way and getting the information in is one of the biggest parts and components of the process.
Yeah, 100%. Some of the things that are important to know when you're buying a multifamily property is, number one, you got to get the estoppels of the tenants. So an estoppel is a document that verifies how much each tenant is paying. Number two, you got to get the lease agreements that are super essential to be able to get those in writing. And then number three is be able to qualify with the loan, because you have different types of rental income. And I didn't know that your rental income on your tenants actually help you approve for a higher purchase price than what I could normally get.
In this case, it was almost $100,000 more in buying power that we were able to use just because the rents were there on the property, right? And that is an increased benefit when you're buying a multi-unit property.